Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Dane, we're back to the Until Next Week podcast. How are you doing on this fine Saturday?
I don't know. I'm on my second root beer.
Okay.
And I had an Arnold Palmy.
Yeah?
Some Arnold Palmy alert.
Yeah, I won't let you drive home after this with all those cans you got.
Where am I right now?
We are recording in Times Square.
At an undisclosed location.
Yes, in Times Square.
But that's not the worst thing that's happened this week.
Oh, what is the worst thing that happened, Dane?
I aged.
You aged?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
No, I refuse to have one of those.
Dane, I'm pretty sure I sent you a happy birthday message earlier this week, and you strictly told me it was not your birthday. And then I found out it was your birthday. And why do you hate yourself?
Mainly because it wasn't my birthday.
But why are you lying to the fans right now?
Because I refuse to have a birthday.
Why?
Because
Why?
Because there's the people out here who are only fans of Dane Biesmeyer on March 9th every year.
I mean, why would we be fans of you other days?
Because, number one...
You have a podcast.
I have a podcast.
Yes.
I was going to say something different, but it's inappropriate.
You can say it. I can bleep it.
I'm a icon.
Oh, no, I'm not bleeping that. Oh, but I do.
Dang it.
Oh.
Ew. Dang it.
And any other reasons?
Yeah, because especially the people who post on my Facebook timeline, it's like, you don't know me, man. Like,
Yeah, I always get I kind of go back and forth there because I get the daily notifications with friends who have birthdays. It's weird because I'm like, do I really need to send them a message?
Yeah.
And then I go back and forth, and then I'm like, well, if I don't send them the message, should we really be friends?
That's what I'm
But then I'm
saying.
like, but what if I want to see something they do in the future? So then I don't do anything, and then I feel bad. And Facebook has ruined this generation.
It really has. And then the older generation, too. Because they get on there and just make outlandish claims with no repercussions.
Yeah. Like they're saying like grease is bad for you.
That, too.
Yeah.
Or like there'll be like those random like channels where they're like, if you've been blessed in your life, type amen. And then you see your grandma, your
hate
aunt.
those.
I hate them so
because
much.
I know other people who aren't like grandparents who do that. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, are you doing this as a joke or do you actually believe it's like, and it's bad because they always try to, especially I think, mess with people who are like Christians. It's like, if you pass this, Jesus will see that.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're just trying to get clout. Like,
Yeah.
what in the world? It's like type amen. Like,
I literally commented on one of them. It was like, this is going to be the luckiest year of your life. If you believe that, type amen. And my grandma typed on that. And I went into the comments and typed, this is prosperity gospel. Do not believe any of this.
it's
This
so
is false.
stupid.
As soon as I hit post, I had like 4 replies from that account that said, "Thank
Amen.
you, the Virgin Mary is counting on your blessing," or something like that. And I'm like, what?
Those are so messed up.
It's just a bot too.
I hate it. Like,
It's
it's so bad. But
just-
people just believe it. It's like the
Yeah.
whole fake news thing also. And they literally, if you see it online, they're like, it has to be true.
Yeah, superstition's not real, man.
No. And that's our podcast this week. So
Yeah,
good
that's it.
episode, Dane.
Thanks for the episode. Our sponsors are God.
Yes. Oh, new sponsor of the pod. But not really.
But
because
not
the
really.
Trinity. Yes. We'll get into that later. Michael hit a girl.
With his car.
And we're not talking Michael from The Office. We are
Nope.
talking Michael Fuller. He did not hit a girl with his car. But just going back, we talk about Michael a lot. He's a great friend of the pod.
To review.
So quick review. We made the claim, which was, I mean, it was a good claim to make, that he hit a little kid in the face with a dodgeball. We had a whole case about it. It ended up not being the case. He did not hit a kid with a dodgeball in the face. But this week, Dane, we had a K-Life meeting.
I was there.
Yeah, you were. And that's why we have proof that something did happen. We played a game where we had a straw in between like 2 different people in K-Life, you know?
Several eyewitnesses.
Yeah, basically, they would say different body parts. You would touch those body parts, and they would say straw. You would grab the straw, and you'd be good to go.
Whoever grabbed it first won.
Yeah, and it's pretty simple. You just either like touch like your elbows, shoulders, and then you touch the straw. Michael
Shoulders, knees and toes.
included tackling a girl in that process. Do you want to talk about that more?
Yeah. I forget which girl it was. Pretty sure it was Abby Palmer.
It probably was. Again, who was one of our haters of the podcast, so I think he was just trying to defend us here because he knew the hate that came from her. But honestly, her episode that we had with her is one of our top ones.
True.
So we're starting to change our opinion on her.
It was actually Michael was trying to smite her for us.
Yeah.
But then also this week was International Women's Day.
I think it's this month.
It was this month? I thought it was Wednesday.
They deserve the whole month, Dane.
Yes. And also, I've been telling people in a joking manner that it's Red History Month.
Oh, okay.
Because my birthday is this month and also St. Patrick's Day. Therefore, yes.
Great stuff here. So basically with this game, it got a little aggressive and you got a bruise on your leg.
I'll show you right now.
Oh, Dane, put your pants back on, Dane. Oh. I actually did not expect that. Video podcasts coming next week. Wow.
Rated PG-13.
That was...
Because you saw some upper thigh there.
That was a lot more than I expected. Thank you, Dane.
Well, you're the one. Never mind.
I didn't think you were going to do that.
What you want from me?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great stuff.
Gotta up the ante.
But yeah, we played the game. Michael tackled some people in the process. Some of those people included women, but also included myself and Dane. But in the bright side, he did not win any of the competitions we did. I won one of the competitions.
You did. You cheated.
Got a Chick-fil-A gift card. I did not cheat. I'm just more dominant at sports. And then the other one, I think Abby did win. Michael was in the semifinals, I believe, both games.
Yeah, because he's a cheater as well.
Yeah, but he did not win, so cheaters
Abby,
never win. But she did win, so I guess cheaters do win.
Cheaters do win.
Yes.
Just look at the Astros.
Oh, wow. That could be the name of the podcast this week. Cheaters do win.
Talk about clickbait. But that would be a good one.
Hey, Dane, have you ever heard of Adventures in Odyssey?
No, I had a childhood.
Okay, yeah, wow. Pretty sure most people out there probably do not know what this is, but basically it's a radio drama that's gone on since like the 80s. And one of the voice actresses from that show messaged me this week about our podcast.
Kalia Leah.
That's not it.
That's not her name?
Katie Lee.
It's not how you spell Katie.
You get the idea though.
Kateeigh.
I don't think I spelled it correctly. I think it was
Kalia.
Yeah, I spelled it incorrectly.
Or K8.
Yes.
Kate.
+8. But basically, she messaged me about the podcast, and I was like, "That's kind of cool." Just having someone that I listened to so much growing up, and who knows, she might listen to one of these episodes. I doubt she will, but if she does, that could be huge. Maybe we'll have her on the podcast someday.
That would be huge.
That could be a legitimate, quote unquote, sort of celebrity.
I heard we're gonna have Donald Trump on the next podcast.
Oh no!
What, you already promised Joe Biden?
Yeah, I don't.
Which one's more controversial?
I don't think I ever did. I say Joe Biden?
Well, we can have both of them on. I don't care. I got words to say to both of them.
Yeah, that.
Uncle Joe, if you're listening, I'll vote for you if you forgive my student loans. What I'm saying is, you can buy my vote for $8,000.
Okay, or we can just get enough listens on our podcast to pay that off.
Yeah, if we generate $8,000, I will also vote for anybody who donates $8,000.
I mean, we're $3 of the way there because of Jake Trustin Art.
If
who's our in-studio audience today.
Yeah, he's working on things currently.
Yes. So if you hear any typing, it's because of him.
He's also doing the art.
And speaking of the art, we have a good-looking studio today, which is also their kitchen.
It's very yellow.
Most of the paintings that have been on the ground all these days, weeks, months, not years, are now on the wall.
Not years.
Yeah, we can post some pictures later.
The walls are very yellow, much like Mia Weiserma's hair.
Oh. I feel like there's like 4 people from K-Life we bring up every week. It's Michael Fuller, Abby Palmer, Mia Weiserma, and then who's a 4th?
Everybody else.
Yeah, everybody else.
Jake Pridgeon. Jake, if you're listening to this, you suck.
He hates us.
You suck.
He hates our podcast.
He's in Italy right now on a mission trip. What a selfish guy.
He just did that so he would have no reason to say why he's like not listening to our podcast.
He just wanted to go to Italy. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Jake, this is blasphemy, but you do not know because you do not listen.
Yeah. Jake, if you would listen, maybe you could defend yourself. Which is blasphemy.
Watch it be like he's like a secret listener and he actually loves this, but he doesn't want to give us the clout.
I feel like that's most people, but
the other secret listener. Like who are you 30 to 50 people listening? I have no idea. Like 3 people have talked to me about it. Other people are just
I know Mia and Michael listen.
That's 2.
I know.
Abby skips through.
Abby,
So that's 3.
Abby, if you still skip through,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to text you right now, Abby.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to see if you're still skipping through.
I listen as well, so that's 4. I think Dane listens, so that's 5.
I am 5.
My sister listens, Rebecca, that's 6. And speaking of Rebecca, she likes being involved in this podcast, and she messaged us and said that Michael was guilty for hitting a kid in the face. I disagree with this statement, but Michael, you do have a hater out there.
Well, let's just be honest.
Mm-hmm.
The kid hates him too. That 3-year-old that he absolutely annihilated to the face and or limbs.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows if he'll have the confidence to continue going forward in his dodgeball career. He could be ostracized now of the league all because of one fatal swoop from the
Infamous.
I was going to say a different word,
Okay.
but it's kind of politically charged.
Okay.
I was going to say Taliban.
Okay, Taliban, Michael Fuller.
Michael Fuller.
He is not associated with the Taliban, but Dane said it first.
That's not true.
But I'm going back to the small kid. This kind of reminds me of The Incredibles.
Yeah.
I feel like this. Well, I was thinking more like Syndrome.
Oh.
Like it's like Buddy or Go Home Buddy.
Michael is Syndrome.
No, Michael would be Mr. Incredible, which is a great promotion to Michael's just abilities.
To be incredible.
Mm-hmm. But with hitting that small kid, it's basically like, hey, buddy, go home. And then he becomes Syndrome, and he just starts killing people.
I don't think he killed people in that movie, but
I don't think we saw him kill people, but I'm pretty sure
it was implied.
Yeah, they can't show too many killings on a PG movie.
Elastigirl!
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. So Michael
Yeah.
Fuller, behind bars.
More on that next week.
Next week. But
World Baseball Classic.
that's tonight. Team USA will defeat the Great Britain Brits
Mm-hmm.
because they suck and we're undefeated.
We're
against
going back to
them.
1776. We're running it back.
We're running it back. Dubs again.
Mhm.
Great Britain is a poverty franchise.
World War champions is going to happen again.
Back-to-back World War champions. We beat them in 1956 in the World Cup,
Mhm.
1-0.
Mhm.
We played them again in like 2002
Yeah.
to tie 1-1. Played them this past year to
hate
tie
ties.
0-0. Yeah, ties are listed in the Revelation as the cause for the apocalypse,
Mhm.
but also
Throw
not
back
really.
to throw back to previous episodes, but then keep going.
Yeah, ties are awful. But tonight there will be no ties because Team USA, led by superstars Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt
And Mike Trout
and Michael Trout, love
and
Mike
Adam
Trout.
Wainwright,
And love that guy.
and
Starting
Miles
pitcher.
Michaelis,
Oh, he was
and
good.
Mookie Betts,
Mookman,
and others.
Trey Turner.
Nah.
Yeah, man. He
Yeah.
could have canned us, but whatever. That's fine. We're going to dominate, and Great Britain should have to secede land to us.
I definitely think that makes the most sense at this point.
Yeah, Great Britain, if you're listening.
I think what we're going to do. So Great Britain, that's like the UK and everything. So they're technically
Yeah.
under the now king.
4 countries within one country.
I think what happens here is if we win this,
We
then the
own them.
runner-up of each presidential run just gets to go there and be the king.
That should be how it is because
Mhm.
they clearly can't lead a nation.
Mm-hmm.
Look at us, back-to-back World War champs. They get in trouble. Who do they call? Not Ghostbusters. They call us the Buster Ghosts.
The Buster Ghost. Wow.
Put that on a T-shirt. But aside from that, I need to talk to you about something.
Yes, Dane. Do you want to get real with me for a second?
I was bullied this week.
Dane, it was your birthday week.
I know. I was bullied on a day near my birthday. It might have been on my birthday.
Dane, what happened?
Well, so I was sitting there in my office, and this person kept badgering me. They said,
Mhm.
buy this, buy this.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, I just threw money at them, and they go, ha ha, and then they just threw it at me.
Dane, who was this person?
It was a Girl Scout in Troop 122.
Dane.
I don't know if she was actually in that troop, but her mom was bullying me into buying her Girl Scout cookies.
And how many did you buy?
I bought 2 packages.
Dane, how can you afford that? Do you have to take out a loan?
I did have to take out a loan because they've marked it up 20% in the past years. I'm tired of the Communist Party known as the Girl Scouts.
It's like 12 cookies, and they charge so much
Yeah.
for them.
And they're very okay.
Yeah, you can get the off-brand versions at Walmart for like $2.
Yeah.
Support big companies, not the Girl Scouts. You heard it here first.
Yeah, I don't believe they actually do anything with our money.
Mm-hmm.
I think they go in there and they just buy more vanilla lattes.
I think you're right. I think they have them at all meetings nowadays.
Has to be. Also, Abby Palmer just texted us and said she doesn't like listening to us anymore.
She doesn't?
I guess not.
But she, what did we do?
I don't know.
She got on the pod and then she's like, I'm done with you?
She goes, TBH, I'm not listening. Ha ha ha. Whatever, Abby.
We had you on the podcast. That means you're supposed to be a listener for life.
That's true. But here she is, hater for life.
I think that's it. She wants to be known as the hater again, so I think she might be secretly listening.
Yeah,
she tells us otherwise.
She's that person like in the movies where the villain like starts to do good things, like oh, this is actually going good, and then like wait a second, I'm mean and evil, like Megamind.
Yeah, she's Megamind.
She's Megamind, but that's a really good compliment because he's hilarious.
Okay.
But yeah, I was bullied.
I'm glad you were bullied, Dane.
No. Actually, bullying is good for some kids.
It builds character.
It does build character.
But you weren't actually bullied by a kid. You were bullied by a parent for the kid.
Yeah, it was their mom. She was like, buy my Girl Scout cookies. And I said, Brandy, look at me. Do I look like a man who can afford Girl Scout cookies?
I'll buy 2 boxes.
I'll take 2. And then I ate a whole thing of Thin Mints in one day. But I'm not here to talk about that.
Isn't it ironic that it's called Thin Mints, but it makes you a thick mint?
And that's what they call me. Thick mint. It's thick miss.
Yeah. Some people have like different pigments in your skin, but you got thick mints in your skin.
But yeah.
Cool.
Also, on my birthday this week, we brought home the dubs.
Oh, the dubs.
The dubs.
Are you talking about your soccer league?
Soccer. Bum, 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 bum.
How did it go?
We won 4-1.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Did you start?
I started every game.
Give us a recap.
Well, I made a guy fall down.
You actually broke his ankles?
I broke his ankles.
Let's go.
And I scored on this play, too. Because I was going up the left side, and this guy tries to cut me off to the left. I dribble back right. He falls over, and then I'm dribbling up, and then I shoot from, I don't know how far out it was. But
it was like a 3?
It was like a 3, and it drilled the top bar and went in.
Did you go nuts? Did you rip off your shirt and everything else?
I just did the Michael Jordan fist pump.
Let's go.
And then Mitch Eyes, love that guy.
Yep.
Great friend of the podcast. He was going nuts on the sideline. He's on injured reserve right now, but because he keeps shooting himself in the foot.
But he's a great manager.
He is a great manager, and he won this week too.
He won this week?
Yeah, he won with us, and he won on the field and off the field.
How did?
I'm not at liberty to talk about it.
Oh, I actually,
you know what it is.
Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, you know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Hey,
oh.
You dirty dog, Mitch. If you're listening, you're a dirty dog.
Wow. And that was our Mitch segment of the podcast.
We need more of those.
Yeah, so what was the final score on your soccer league?
4-1. 4-1 was the final score. They scored 0 goals on me in the second half.
That's awesome.
I was dominant. Brick wall back there.
Was the other team just horrible?
The goalie was pretty okay.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have very many athletes, if I'm being honest.
That explains it. Did you have any new guests on your team, or is it the full, normal team this week for you guys?
We had a high schooler that Joe recommended, and he hurt himself. He said he runs over by the wall, and he goes, I felt it pop. So he might have tore his ACL.
Oh, but at least you got the win. That's the most important thing for your rec league soccer.
I say ACL. Well, I mean, he walked off afterwards.
Okay.
But some guys have walked on their ACL before. Jake, what do you think? Because you've torn 2 of those.
You can definitely walk on your ACL. I've torn both, and I've walked myself off, and I've even done sprints after it.
And lunges.
And lunges were painful. That's when I found out that it was second time it was torn again. So it's definitely possible, though. It's
not unheard of. No. You heard it here first, though.
Kobe Bryant, he made a couple free throws after he tore his ACL. But looks where that got him.
It was Achilles. Even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Oh, I got. Samuel, that's awful. Did you hear that, Jake? He said Kobe Bryant made a couple free throws on his torn ACL. First off, his Achilles. And then he goes, and look where that got him. Samuel.
I didn't say anything. We just kept talking.
Yeah, you're going to cut that out. Dang it. So, yeah, soccer, we're just a dominant force of nature. We challenge Great Britain to their next match, which will be us. It will not be a friendly because we don't do anything friendly.
Amen.
So, but we're also liking these drafts.
Yes, you know the drafts. We've been doing them for the past few weeks, and we're going to do it again because we know this is what you love.
I'm putting my GM cap on.
GM cap. Oh, General Motors.
Nope, that's not it.
Okay.
Even though my dad told me that the car I drive is a General Motors product.
What car do you drive again?
Chevy.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Chevy is getting kind of heavy.
Yeah, Chevy will be a future sponsor of the podcast.
They have to be.
Mm-hmm.
Do you drive a Chevy?
No, I drive a GM.
C.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yukon XL Denali, 03. 0 to 60 in 3.5 years.
0 to 60 sometimes.
When it feels like it.
I get that.
Yeah.
What are we ranking this week?
We're going top fast food restaurants.
We're going dubs this week.
I think it's important. This could be huge. Whoever gets the first pick will have a major advantage on the other individual. So, Dane, would you like to flip a coin or just figure out a way we can decide this?
I know how we're going to do this. Jake, think of a number between 1 and 10 in your head.
Okay.
You go first.
5.
That's stupid. 6.
It was 9.
Ha!
Yes,
Samuel
I got
sucks.
it.
No, you didn't. And I'm going first.
Okay, so we'll go. We're going top 4.
And these are
picks.
fast food restaurants.
Yep, top 4 picks, fast food restaurants. We'll do snake drafts.
I'm going to start with the Holy Grail.
Okay, Dane, who are you going with number 1?
Actually, I think I'm going to steal what I think is going to be your number 1. It's not necessarily my number 1, but I'm getting God's Chicken, Chick-fil-A.
Do I even need to play anymore?
That's what I'm saying. Daddy wins, and here we go. But you get back-to-back picks. Go ahead and try and make up the rest of your roster.
Not even going to explain the Chick-fil-A pick?
I don't need to explain it. When you have Michael Jordan on your team, you play Michael Jordan.
Okay. Dang. Well, it's more of a Steph Curry pick.
Yeah, it's true. He came on late in the season.
Well, I was thinking more he's the Christian Chicken.
Well, yeah. He's the Tim Tebow of this, but a lot better.
Yeah, so, that was definitely would have been my first pick. I think a solid second pick overall. It's got to be Taco Bell.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah. I figured that's what you were going to go with, but then you flip flop, so we both stole each other's picks.
Yeah.
Taco Bell. It's honestly one of the best fast food restaurants out there.
Healthy for you too.
Yeah, it can be. I watched a documentary the other day of a guy who had only Taco Bell for 30 days. 90 meals, spent just over $700, had around like 60 Power Bowls, like 70 tacos, etc. Had at least each item on the menu one time, and he lost weight.
See?
He lost some cholesterol.
Yeah.
And he lost 2 limbs.
Blood
clots. I'm kidding.
No, he didn't. I was like, what?
Yeah. Interesting documentary. But yeah, I watched that, and like Taco Bell is just very versatile. Like you can get the healthy options because they have where you can trade out like any meat for like beans or potatoes. But it also is an option that people just love having at all times a day.
You look like a bean.
Yeah, thank you. I also find it funny because some people like only like Taco Bell when they're like wasted at night. And let me tell you, I have never had a sip of alcohol, and I love Taco Bell. So it's for all individuals.
It's for all individuals because I've been there at 2 a.m. when a sorority house got busted by the police, and they all left that sorority party and went into this Taco Bell I was in, and there was 300 people in this Taco Bell, and people would order food and then
eat the food.
No, they wouldn't.
Was crazy. Oh.
They wouldn't because people were going up and just taking their orders and leaving. And nobody was getting their orders because it was taking so long that people would just take whatever was in the bag.
That's so rough.
And try to figure it out.
That's bad.
Because A, you're not paying for it then. B, you're not waiting that long. And you're like, C, you're like, who cares at this point? We just want it because they're probably drunk anyways.
Yeah.
And then this was years ago. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this place is crazy. I already had my food at this point, but
That's
I was
nuts.
like, wow. But yeah, Taco Bell, love her. She's just that awesome franchise that when you want to go somewhere where everybody knows your name, you go there because they used to know my name there.
Yeah.
That's when I realized that I needed to stop going to that Taco Bell and I switched to a different Taco Bell.
Nice. Yes, so Taco Bell was my number 1 overall pick, number 2 overall for the entire draft. Number 3, there's a lot of different routes I could go with this.
Yeah.
But after much consideration, I am going to go.
Where are you taking your talents?
I'm going to take my talents to McDonald's.
I knew you were going to go with McDonald's because you think you're loving it, but you're really not.
Yeah, the main reason I'm picking McDonald's, it's been a steady player for years, but also they have some of the best breakfasts in the game. Yeah. They have. Have you ever had their sausage burritos?
No, I don't want your burrito.
You want McDonald's burritos?
No. What I want
is a McMuffin.
Is
You want a McGriddle.
What I want is
You want a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
You want
a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. You can't lose with breakfast, which is why
cheese biscuit's pretty good.
Which is why they had all day breakfast, and then COVID happened, and it destroyed one of the greatest things in the U.S.
I remember that,
and it devastated me because I would go there at all times of the day and get the breakfast, but then they eliminated it because of COVID.
One of these days, my grandkids, after I'm unfrozen after the 2050s, are gonna be like, Grandpappy, tell us about COVID.
Do you say after the 2050s?
I'm gonna be okay.
I'd be like 53.
I've explained this before, and I will not see the 2050s.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, I will, once I'm elected president, after the end of my first term, I will be frozen. And after I'm frozen, and when the world needs a leader most, which will be in the 2090s, that's when they will unfreeze me, and I will lead us from the brink of annihilation back into prosperity.
Okay. I thought you were against prosperity gospel.
Not prosperity gospel, but how about homeostasis?
Oh.
What a word. What a blast from the past.
Word of the day.
Yeah, it is. Hey, I took science.
So that's, yep, and that's why we're going with McDonald's for number 2 for
Poverty
me.
pick.
Number 3 overall. Dane, who are your next 2 picks?
Give me Sonic.
Okay. Do you want to explain yourself?
Because it's so versatile. It's America's drive-in. Dine and Dash.
Dine and Dash.
And it's America's dine-in. It's the last drive-in place you can go order with the bellhop. And you get your foods. You got your slushies. You got your nerds in there. And Jake Trustin is a big fan of Sonic. He loves going there. As does Michaela. Also sponsor the pod.
I do like their happy hour specials, which you can get at all times with their app.
That's so
true.
true.
Their slushies are amazing.
Their slushies are good.
Their food is below average.
The food, I mean, it's not awful. Like they're like sides, like you get popcorn chicken, or if you get like mozzarella sticks, not the worst thing I've ever had.
Okay, that's a great defense for your pick.
Well, I like those. And there's a burger. I can't remember. It's like Texas Toaster or something. It's okay. It's pretty good. You can eat there.
Okay.
My next pick is going to be what we like to call in the industry, which is bougie McDonald's. I'm going to take Whataburger.
Okay, good. I had another pick in mind, and you did not pick it.
Is it Wendy's?
So go with
I want Wendy's, too. I want Wendy's as well.
Let's keep talking.
But I'm going to take Whataburger.
Whataburger's trash.
You're trash. McDonald's is trash. Whataburger gets us to the promised land. It's what is your burger?
Not good.
It's a good burger.
That's what it is.
I was there the other night when Michael Fuller tried to get us fought by the people in Whataburger. And
I'll need to show you a video later. I've had Whataburger 2 times in my life. One time I was in Houston, Texas, my freshman year of college. We were there for a college training trip for swimming. And no joke, it was like one of the last nights of the trip. We had Olive Garden for dinner, but then we're like, hey, let's go to Whataburger. So all the guys, we did not tell the girls team. Obviously. All the guys talked to our bus driver. He took us all to Whataburger.
He agreed to take you?
And we filmed a full-on video. And I can show it to you later. I can't play it on the podcast because of the music choice our guy used to edit this video, but it's pretty dope.
You played Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus.
It is a song that I cannot sing the lyrics to, but it was a great video.
Oh, no.
But yeah, the food is below average.
No, it's gooder, and it makes me happy.
Okay, so
sometimes
you're not defending your picks well.
Well, I've only been there like 5 times.
Yeah, but apparently it's your number 3 overall fast food restaurant.
It's got to be.
Okay,
because the South people love it down there. They treat it as if it's family.
Okay. You read my mind. My number 3 overall pick is Wendy's.
I almost went Wendy's.
I thought you were going to take it, and I'm glad you didn't. When I started thinking back to like major important milestones in my life, I realized Wendy was always there for me. And for National Redhead Month, I knew it would be the only pick that I could get here.
Shout out to Wendy.
Wendy is another one of those great restaurants where they actually have solid burgers and
they
solid
do
chicken nuggets. They got those Frosties, and yeah, it's a very solid pick. I think around like COVID time, like 2020, 2021. I was going there a good amount because they had some nice specials on their app. They had the 4 for $4 deals.
Yeah, get the 4 for $4, baby.
Yeah, or the biggie bag for $5.
The biggie bag.
Yeah, it's a very solid player. They make quality food.
Dave's hot and spicy double.
But yeah, it's a very solid fast food restaurant, so I'm happy with that one.
It's a good old time over there at Wendy's. Like, I'll go ahead and say it. Frosties are better than regular ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Most, right? All regular ice cream. If you get a chocolate Frosty, makes me feel good on the inside.
They also, I know some people didn't love these, but they had like some peppermint Frosties going on around Christmas
I
time.
had one of those.
I thought it was pretty good.
It was
kind of
okay.
light,
Yeah.
kind of airy.
It was
but
different.
It was solid. I get them for free because I have one of those Frosty passes.
The keychain.
Yeah, you make any order, you get a free Frosty.
Yeah, or what is it? You buy them around Christmas or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's $2 for a keychain. You get
Yeah.
a year's worth of free mini Frosties.
Yeah, and guarantee 2 heart attacks.
No.
1, 3. Okay.
But what's your second and final pick here?
This is my fourth and final pick. This one I did not think about until right now, and I'm surprised that I did not realize this was the route I was going to take. But I'm going with Panda Express.
Panda Express is underrated.
It is so good.
It's very underrated.
Yeah, the orange chicken with some chow mein is
Their chow
is
mein's
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
I
The
like
only
it.
thing is with you got to make sure you get it fresh. So you got to be a little strategic when you're going through
Big
the line
facts.
ordering. You got to look at the bowls and be like, okay, what's low right now? If it's
Yeah.
low, it means it's probably either been sitting there a while.
It means it's crusty.
Yeah, or it's just not. It's just not fresh. So if they bring out that fresh orange chicken, like you see that massive bowl in the distance, you wait. You wait
Yeah.
to get your double serving of orange chicken.
I'll wait.
Yeah. But
You
they
poor
had
kid.
one of those also at Missouri State. You know where Go Bears, where I went to college. And over, I would go to the student center and get Panda Express. Like they had other options, and it's
That's where I
crazy-
first had it. Was there?
Crazy as it may sound, they have Chick-fil-A
Yeah.
at the student union. I would choose Panda Express continually over that Chick-fil-A.
You're wild.
But mainly because Chick-fil-A would have very long lines, but also Chick-fil-A's and student student unions. Student unions are not like true Chick-fil-A's. Whenever I went the first time, or one of the first times they didn't say my pleasure, I almost cried. But yeah, Panda Express. I'm happy I got that with my fourth overall pick. Dane, how are you going to end your selections?
Well,
Who's your Mr. Irrelevant?
Mr. Irrelevant here is going to be something that may be a bit controversial.
Oh,
I love a little I love a little controversy.
Mm-hmm.
And my pick is going to be
Hooters.
No. My pick is going to be Starbucks.
Yeah, that's controversial. Explain more.
Because
Have you ever had the food there?
No, yes. I've had Cake Pop.
Okay, so top fast food restaurants. Explain more.
Because much like with the Sonic pick, I picked the what you call it that goes with it, the slushies.
Oh, no, we're getting hit by
No, we're not.
It's such a bad pick.
I do have an alternate pick.
God's punishing us. That's too bad. Oh, take it down.
Samuel just mad because he lost.
Oh. Wow.
If you're in
That
the
was
car,
such a bad pick. He was not happy with us.
if you're in the
He
car
punished
right
you.
now, I apologize for what Samuel just did. I have
That's
an,
what we call in the industry Foley. Foley artists are individuals who make like different sounds out of nothing.
That's not an artist.
So it sounded like a hailstorm.
Dang it. I have an alternate pick if you do not accept that one.
I'll accept it, but you can tell me your alternate pick right now.
The alternate pick is Five Guys.
Okay, that would have been a much better pick.
Wonderful burger.
Mm-hmm.
The only downside to Five Guys is you got to take out a second mortgage, and you really do.
But you get free peanuts.
Sure, yeah. Thank you, whoever this is. Like, thank you for these free peanuts that I don't want. I'd rather not have them unless I'm absolutely famished.
Yeah, Five Guys is another place which I haven't had in so long, but I remember in high school we would get it occasionally after meets,
Yeah.
especially when we would go to Kansas City. And there was times because they give you like the bag of fries,
Yeah,
the grease-filled bag.
I wish they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, and I would finish my meal and then would still like get ready to go and like, hey, here's a bag of fries. I'm like, I don't want to go to waste. So then I'm sitting in the back of the bus eating cold fries for 45 minutes,
Ew.
just soaked in grease. Not the fries, me. I'm soaked in grease.
Either way.
But they do have good food, but yeah, it is pretty pricey.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting there. I want to drink a burger and some fries, and I don't want the fries to be spewing out of the bag.
Yeah.
They're good fries. Don't get me wrong. I just want to be able to eat them like a civil human being.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good restaurant, high prices, greasy bags.
That's everything you need for a good
That's
time.
their. Wow.
Good burgers, high prices, and greasy bags.
Ooh. This got off the rails quick. Yeah, but some other picks that I thought about. I haven't had it very much, but In-N-Out is very solid.
Never had it, so I don't know.
I've only had like one time, but it is quality food. Place I want to have, which I've heard only good things about, is Shake Shack.
Ooh.
I hope they bring that to Springfield at some point. I've heard they have great burgers. So
Shake Shack, if you're listening,
I'm sure that could be
we'll run it for you.
Yep, that could be one of my top picks. I know some lesser picks. I've kind of lost some steam over the years. Like Subway used to be good.
Trash.
It's not as good anymore.
Absolutely trash.
Burger King could be another option.
The only thing with Burger King is their theme song.
Burger
BK,
Chicken.
have it your way.
Listen to our past episode, BK, have it your way, if you want more.
And Samuel will buy you a burger from there.
Mm-hmm, totally. And then one that could have been another solid pick, which for some reason they don't do well like in other cities, but for Springfield, Missouri, Steak and Shake
Trash.
does pretty well. They have their $4 meals. They've raised it, I think, to $4.50, but getting fries and a nice steak burger, it's good.
We've done honorable mentions in the past before,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
How about 2 dishonorable mentions here?
Dishonorable mentions.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this. Go with it, Dane.
Yeah. Number 1, to go with your Steak and Shake pick, Steak and Shake. There's only one other place I've ever received worse service at.
Where did you go to it?
I went to the one that's by the Cardinal Stadium down there.
Oh,
Trash. I'm over here like I ordered unlimited pancakes, and they're taking an hour and a half in between pancakes.
At a burger restaurant.
I know.
They're not going to bring them out fast because the whole point is they don't want to lose all their money in pancakes.
I want at least one pancake every hour. They're not bringing it to me within an hour.
I think you just messed up ordering pancakes there. I would not recommend pancakes at a Steak and Shake.
And I want more fries. They never give me enough fries either. They're all the little thin ones.
Yeah, they are thin.
They're good.
You got to eat them
if
quick.
you could give me 1,000 of them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what's your other dishonorable mention?
Popeyes. Popeyes is
kind of okay. I want to hear this.
Popeyes is the most talented, like has the most talent in the league. Can be great, but they don't have the work ethic. They just don't. Because their chicken sandwich, dare I say, is better than Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwich.
Blasphemy.
It is. When it's fresh, when they tell me that they don't only have exact change and cannot take cards, like, hey, it's 10:32, we are not taking cards today, and we're only taking exact change. So you're telling me I have to have exactly 10:32 or I can't have this food?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what we're telling you.
Throwback when they brought the new chicken sandwich in and they legitimately ran out for months.
Yeah.
Which supposedly was like a marketing gimmick, but who knows? They could have just had some horrible systems in place.
Yeah, and every time I roll up there, they're like, "Hi, we're out of ketchup and ranch and
burgers
barbecue
and food.
Yeah,
you can get a water.
Yeah, we're out.
Exact change, 12 cents.
They are like, all we have is chicken right now. We don't have any sides. We don't have any drinks. We only exact change. And I'm like, what? I'm like, they're like supply chain issues, and I'm like, nowhere else is running out of everything they have. I know you're lying to me.
Yeah, I haven't had Popeyes in a pretty long time, but it was weird. So, have you ever seen Good Mythical Morning with Red and Link on YouTube?
What are you talking about, man?
It's just like a YouTube channel that's been going on for years, but it's very popular. I think they have like 10 million plus subscribers, and they ranked fish sandwiches, blind tasted them from like multiple restaurants, and their favorite one came from Popeyes. So apparently Popeyes has a good fish sandwich, so maybe that's what you should ask for next time.
Well, speaking of fish sandwiches, dishonorable mentions to Long John Silver's.
Long John Silver's is like barely around anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
More Captain D's.
Captain D's also is not our dishonorable mention because I want to know what secret society of men is keeping them open. Nobody. I've never known anybody to actually.
Yeah, they're a bunch of nuts.
Dang it. Samuel gets this look on his face that he wants to say something, and then I let him say it, and he says things like that.
I just like Captain D's and the nuts that run that place.
Dang it, America. I'm sorry of D's nuts jokes over here.
Hey, I didn't go that far. What are you talking about? I was just talking about the nuts that run Captain D's.
Ew. Dang it. A good thing this is a rated R podcast for Samuel's vulgarity.
Yeah, I'm going off the rails.
But speaking of our vulgarity, Jesus is a sponsor of the pod.
Number one sponsor of the pod, Jesus Christ.
Of Nazareth.
Of Nazareth, yeah. This is a big month for him.
Yeah, it is a big month from him.
Easter's coming right around the corner, and
That's
he's
so
going to
true.
come back again.
One of our sponsors just walked in.
Oh, wait, Jake Tressenart?
Michaela Nebel.
Oh, okay, that's awesome.
Michaela.
Yeah, we're taking Jake Tressenart. It's not the sponsor of the pod. It's Michaela this week.
It's Jake and
both?
Michaela Art.
She's okay.
She
That's
waved.
Great, man. So happy for our other sponsor of the pod.
And in the same vein as those two sponsors, our third sponsor, Tracy Williams. We love her. She cleaned our house this week. She called me her second son, and I was like, that's so true. And because you keep feeding me, you keep telling me that I should get a job.
Wait, you don't have a job?
I have a job.
Okay, that's good. Well, then she gave you the right advice.
See, that's great advice. And she also lets me come over to the house often. And she gave me this roommate, dude, who's our number 2 sponsor of the podcast.
Jake Tressenart.
Jake Tressenart.
And for those of you who
by
know,
Art.
Tracy is his mother.
That is Jake's mom.
Yes.
Jake's making inappropriate gestures towards us to end this podcast. So I think that's quite the way to end the podcast. Samuel, I have a question before we end.
What is that?
You want to go play some Call of Duty?
Oh, let's go COD.
Let's go COD.
Yep. So until next week, please act like you listen to our podcast so we feel better about ourselves.
I love you.
Bye.